Hi everyone, I'm excited to tell you that on Saturday, May 3rd, my new television show, The Blog Report with Zennie62, that's me, debuts on the Colors Television Network. That's primarily on the Dish Network, channel 9407 nationwide. Oh, and we're on Comcast too. Comcast, Fox Cable, and Insight in certain areas of the United States. For example, Florida, we're on Comcast up and down the state. Look out for us at the same time zone. It starts at 6:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast, and all points in between. Then it repeats later that night, if you happen to miss it, at 2:30 on the East Coast and 11:30, that's right, 11:30 on the West Coast. And then it comes on again on Sunday at 12 noon on the West Coast and 3 o'clock on the East Coast. And we repeat that time slot. We're stationary there each weekend. That's each Saturday and Sunday. So without further ado, here's my first episode of the Blog Report. I look forward to your comments, feedback, and engagement. In closing, I'd like to thank the Colors TV staff, Tracy Winchester, Art Thomas, the great Art Thomas, and the great Damon Purdy, some of the finest people I've ever met. Oh, and I must tell you that if you don't have a television, you want to catch it on your computer, you can go to Zennie62.com, that's right, Zennie62.com, or colorstv.org, where there is a live stream. If you come to my site, it will direct you to the live stream as well. So enjoy my show. I look forward to your feedback, and thank you and God bless. In today's world of high-speed connection, text messaging, and social networking, we often find ourselves searching for information. There are millions of blogs on the internet. News, sports, politics, and tech. But I bring it all together for you and present it in a relentlessly unconventional fashion. My name is Zennie Abraham, and this is the Blog Report. It's time now for news. This first video is my trip through downtown Oakland as the riots were occurring, so you'll see mostly the aftermath of the riots. It's approximately 9 minutes long, and it features really how many people were affected by what happened. Hey, excuse me, how many cars were smashed?
They busted up this one, they burned one across the street.
They burned it?
Yeah, they caught it on fire. They busted up another one right behind it, as far as I can see. Whoa.
So where I'm at right now is, this is 14th Street. And my video, I said I didn't think that this was going to happen. I was wrong. Apparently it did. And now where I'm going is 14th toward 14th and Broadway, which is here. This is the intersection of 14th and Broadway.
Everyone move across the street. No justice, motherfucker! I got to get that camera because that motherfucker, he be beside him. Nigga, fuck, don't break nothing.
Hey, Greg. I thought it was going to be peaceful. What happened, Greg?
Man.
Hey, Greg, what's happening here?
Well, everything's gotten out of control. The mayor tried to address this crowd. Now something apparently has happened.
Down over here. Yeah.
Probably a police officer or somebody got into it.
Oh, boy.
So let's walk down here.
Yeah. You know, I said yesterday I thought as society advanced to where we were going to have this problem. And I feel like I'm wrong.
No. We sort of dodged the bullet during Rodney King era.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of did their thing. But, you know, this is like an indication of like the fact that we haven't had services.
Right.
People are upset.
Yeah.
Public officials in the city don't get out and talk to people on a regular basis. I mean, we all know that that's been happening, and that's at every level.
That's right.
That's been with the mayor, that's with city council, that's been with Orloff, that's been basically everybody. And this is what you get, because then you come out and talk to people, and people don't know you. There's no credibility. There's no credibility at all. And so for Ron to get shouted down as an icon of his era, as somebody who got jailed, going to jail for Nelson Mandela to get out of jail, who stood up on the, oh wow, that's the result.
Oh my God, look at this. Jesus. Whoa. I've never seen anything like this before. It's like something else.
See, now a bunch of folks about to get arrested for real. Yep.
Before I get a crystal shot here. Hey, officer, what happened there? What happened?
Where?
I mean, what we were talking, the mayor went inside.
Well, there's cars that are busted up. I don't know.
Okay.
We just walked over here.
Okay. Hey, Larry. Hey, council member, what happened?
I have no idea.
Where am I at now? This is Telegraph, and that's Broadway over there. Where I was standing when I was trying to talk to Councilmember Larry Reed is right over here. There's certain parts like this area pretty much untouched. Go down and see if we can talk to some other few folks about what happened.
The answer to this problem. Somebody should have said something. OPD, a BART, it was a BART situation. They should have made a statement. We're looking into it. We're doing something. We're anything. But silence created the situation that occurred tonight. When there's no answers, a demonstration turns into a riot.
Sad. It's a very sad day for Oakland.
It's very sad for Oakland because it looks bad for Oakland, but Oakland's not to blame. It was very unfortunate.
Jesus Christ. Man. Jesus Christ. There was some guys back there that were stomping on a car. That's what was going on. So here comes the copter, which is right there. And there they go.
They're jumping on people's cars.
Just indiscriminately.
There's a crowd of people going from
these guys.
Plaza. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's really
just
nuts.
need a ride BART, actually.
Wow. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Car's closed right now?
No, you gotta get out. It's just you gotta wait for the blue. I would advise leaving now.
Yeah, I agree.
Hang out for another 10, 15 minutes and it'll be fast. So you know what?
Oh, sorry.
I recommend inside.
No, seriously. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Seriously. But I don't want my car to get bashed in.
Well, you know what? It's just a car.
No, it's not.
Everybody move in, please.
I'm gonna go finish my drink then.
It looks like they're walking in a different bus.
I can do it.
Please don't bash my car. No, they're walking straight. They're not walking left. They're walking
No,
straight.
just kind of indiscriminately.
Yeah.
All over. So where I am is sort of a sanctuary. I guess it's Cafe Van Cleef. I was talking to Peter Van Cleef before. That's Peter, who's locked. Peter, we're all locked in now, thankfully. Thank you very much.
Well, we're locked in for safety.
Yeah, definitely. I just
There's roving gangs of youths.
Yeah, I saw the guys stomp on the cars over here, going into 17.
So our gates are locked and our customers are inside.
We're safe.
We're safe.
So, folks, if you find yourself in the middle of a riot in downtown Oakland, Cafe Van Cleef is the best place to be, right, Peter?
It's the safest place.
This is the safest place to be.
The gate is down.
The gate.
The gate is down. We're locked in.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because there's groups of youths breaking windows, jumping on cars, and generally rioting.
Yeah. So you said they're tear gassing at the ice rink?
All right. Thank you.
Man. The ice rink is down here. I don't see. I smell something weird. That smells really weird. Yay. What's going on, guys? What's happening?
Not right, man. They killed our young black brother at Fruitvale BART Station.
You can't stop violence with violence. You can't fight violence with violence. That's what we're trying to tell you.
This is not the first thing.
They one of the biggest gangs out. They worried about our gangs. They're the biggest gangs out right now.
They been killing us out here, man. Beating our ass.
By the source, though, you can't fight violence with violence. You gotta get it. You gotta stop by the source. You gotta get them while they're young. That's all it is.
Yeah.
This is not right, though. This is injustice, man. They killed him execution style. This is
He ain't even killed right now. He ain't even killed.
He tied up, face down.
He didn't even get
bam.
to see a new year, man.
See a new year or nothing for nothing. And he asked, and the man asked not to get killed, bro. That's the cold thing about it.
He was like he said he had a daughter, but they killed him, man. Somebody thought it was a taser and shit. Hold on. It's not an accident. If somebody on their ground, what did you pull out a gun for if you already handcuffed? It's not an accident. You don't need to pull out a gun if somebody in handcuffs. That's not an accident. That's you doing what you wanted to do. Basically, you abusing your authority. That's all that was. That's violence, trying to stop violence, but you can't do that. That's
it's not right. I see this as modern-day racism. They killed that young black brother. He had a daughter. Lynching. That's a modern-day lynching on the way. He had a daughter on the way.
Modern-day lynch. Modern-day lynching right there, bro. You can't lead the academy. You can't tell the difference between.
Where do we go from here as a society?
We have to come together as black people and come together and stop all this racism.
Not just black people, though. You gotta
come together as all. Everybody in Oakland. That's why Oakland talked about like this, because don't nobody do nothing in Oakland about nothing. But when we started doing stuff, that's when everyone started coming out with new laws.
Start firing police and stop firing teachers.
What happened with the mayor down there?
Man, the mayor, he talking a lot. He walking around like he got and stuff. He ain't finna
He walked around, he did what he could do, but there's nothing he could do. He did not say.
He left in the end. He did it. He said what he had to say. But at the end, though, what's gonna be done is we gotta show us better than he could tell us. So that's tell him to stop treating us like we animals, like we ain't got no type of value on life.
You feel me? We human beings. We do what we gotta do to survive. All this killing us, black Africans, you feel me? It ain't cool.
Whoa! Look at this. Jesus Christ! They trashed that bus shelter. Oh man! Oh my God! Ugh! It's terrible. Folks, we'll be right back with more from the Vloggers Suite. I'm Zennie Abraham, and you're watching Colors TV. It's time now for news. DaveyD is arguably the foremost hip-hop journalist in America, if not the world. Davey is based in Oakland, and when I went to this person who I've known for a long, long time to get his read and opinion of how Oakland Mayor Ron Dellums handled the state of affairs that occurred after the BART shooting, I got a very unexpected response. Alright everybody, George Galveston, DaveyD, Piper, get you guys all together. I have a question. First of all, where are the elected officials at this rally? Why aren't they here? Davey?
Well, coincidentally, we were at a rally this morning with black leaders. There was about 100 plus leaders there from all around the Bay Area. One of the missing links to that was Ron Dellums. I raised the question as to where he was, and people kind of covered for him as a sign of unity, but people were very concerned that he wasn't there. We went up to the district attorney's office. Desley Brooks and others were there, you know, leading the charge and doing what they're supposed to do as elected officials and as concerned citizen. Dellums' chief of staff showed up at the last minute, but Dellums wasn't there. Now, I know from overhearing conversations that they knew that there was a big rally going on today at 3 o'clock. I'm on my way over here, and I get the word Ron Dellums is holding a press conference 3 o'clock as we speak. So what happened was some of my fellow journalists that were on their way over here got called over by their news agencies to go down to the press conference at City Hall. Makes no sense to me. It almost seemed like either the way to distract attention from this, or to avoid having to show up at a rally like this and get booed because he hadn't spoken for 6 or 7 days. So, you know, to me, that's lack of leadership for somebody who can speak eloquently and talk about the larger picture and give you a sense of his vision of making this a first-class cosmopolitan city. That's been his charge. That's what he said he wanted to do. How can you have a first-class cosmopolitan city when you're the mayor of a city that just had an execution, when you can go to New York City with Rudolph Giuliani, who had an adversarial relationship with the citizens, and he gave a press conference the day after Amadou Diallo got shot. Michael Bloomberg gave a press conference that night that Sean Bell got shot. Mayor Antonio Verragosa gave a press conference the same day that the police shot up and beat up all the Latinos during the Immigration May Day March. Right? We can go all around the country. You know, there's a press conference by Israel when they drop bombs on Gaza the same day. So you're the mayor of a city that already seen its history drenched in blood of police killings from Bobby Hutton all the way up to Gary King to now. And then you can't even just speak to the people as a human being? I even asked the district attorney, I said, forget you being a district attorney, what did you think when you saw the video? Because I know how I felt. I still can't sleep over it. You know, I'm still disturbed over it.
It's kind of hard to follow. It says it all right there.
Yeah, I mean,
you speak for us, man. Yeah, definitely.
Folks, we'll be right back with more from the Bloggers Suite. I'm Zennie Abraham, and you're watching Colors TV. It's time now for politics. This video features Oakland Mayor Ron Dellums coming out to speak before a crowd that was a little hostile at points in the middle of a protest held on the steps of Oakland City Hall on the very day that it was announced BART Officer Johannes Mesherle was arrested.
Got somebody working on our behalf. You know, we need to recognize
think with respect to Bay Area Rapid Transit, some people have said that they think we need to have a citizen accountability mechanism that's tied to the Bay Area Rapid Transit, so that anytime there are there's inappropriate behavior, that there's a citizen mechanism that would allow people to engage in that process. But you know what, I think at the end of the day, we need to step back and look at the whole question of the use of lethal force in our community, how we respect human life, you know, because if we're going to be a peaceful society, if we're going to talk about nonviolence as a way of life, then I really think at some point we need to start looking at the fundamental ways in which we engage with each other with respect to enforcement, how we use force, when we use force. You know, this is an opportunity for the community to engage in a very important conversation, a conversation that I don't think we really had.
Would that become a directive for the Oakland Police? If you call for the Oakland Police to investigation, do you want the Oakland Police to investigate now its tactics?
Well, we always need to be in the process of looking at ourselves, engaging in self-examination. And my view is that we need to look at the whole issue of the use of deadly force. When is that appropriate? We need to talk about that very significantly, because anytime someone in the public arena takes a life, they're essentially taking that life in the name of community in a democracy. And so I think community now needs to begin to talk about what they are able to tolerate and not able to tolerate. That's a mature conversation that needs to go on in the context of a democracy. And I'm responsive to that. I think it's important for us in the training of police to talk about restraint, to talk about respect for human life, because anytime you point a weapon at someone, the potential for the loss of life becomes very, very high. So I think all of us have to be willing to step back and rethink these matters, okay? I believe in that. I mean, I go way back in that respect. And the sad part about it is, here we are, 40 or 50 years later, still talking about the same thing. Well, we should not have to be 40 or 50 years down the road still talking about the same thing. So maybe if the community is now focused on this tragic death, then how do we then move to really talk about a broader conversation about our respect for human life and the use of force in a civilized society? Okay?
Well, you heard it from Mayor Dellums. He's definitely committed to making a change in how the Oakland police essentially works with society. And not only that, making a call for how law enforcement works with society, or at least changes how it works with society. So this is the beginning, one would hope this is the beginning of the end of the kind of problems that we've seen that created, well, what we've experienced over the past week. So the show itself is a combination of politics, new media, and tech, and it takes the videos that you've seen here and will continue to see here and in other channels and puts them together in a 30-minute format. The idea primarily is to show you what the blogosphere is talking about with respect to news in, of course, the areas of politics, new media, tech, and sports, and I might add entertainment and celebrity. But in reality, we're really going to give you what's happening, the news of the day. I'm really excited about this program, and I'd like to know what you'd like to see covered, because with the ability to reach 19 million households and 42 million people, it reminds me of the saying from the first Spider-Man movie, with great power comes great responsibility. And I want to use this medium to help people tell their stories that would not ordinarily have been able to tell their stories at all. So chime in and let me know where I should bring my camera, or if you have a video clip, send it to me. And with that, I'll talk to you later. I'm Zennie Abraham, and you're watching Colors TV. In today's world of high-speed connection, text messaging, and social networking, we often find ourselves searching for information. There are millions of blogs on the internet. News, sports, politics, and tech. But I bring it all together for you and present it in a relentlessly unconventional fashion. My name is Zennie Abraham, and this is the Blog Report.